Congrats and thank you for flying with J-RYDS. Hi again, this is leg 2 of my epic journey around the world. You can just make out in the map here that there's the UK, there's France, so we're in Northern Europe, I'm in Sweden. Yesterday we went from a place called Sturup Airport, which is a local regional airport in the south of Sweden, around here, and we went all the way up to Kristianstad, which was about 30 nautical miles, something like that. Slightly longer one today. We're going from Kristianstad all the way across to Ronneby. Now Kristianstad seems, as you'll see, it seems like quite a small airport, so there isn't really an option to start from the gate. I was trying earlier to do the startup procedures, but it just dumps you straight in on the runway, ready to go. So Ronneby seems a bit larger. You get a couple of options here for which ramps to start and finish on. So I've put in ramp 1. I'm going to change that actually. Let's put ramp 61, because if there's one thing that I noticed is I don't really touch down before halfway down the runway. So hopefully runway 61 is a bit further on from where I'm going to land. Right, so I'm going to pause here and then I'll see you back on the runway and we'll be ready to go to Ronneby. So here's where we finished last night at Kristianstad. Very small airport. Look, it doesn't look like, I can see on the left there you could see some stands, or yeah, you can see some stands, but I don't think the games actually recognise them. Not to worry. Start on the looks like the butler has put her out on the runway for us today, so we'll be able to just take off. The engine's running, we're ready to go. Okay, let's try and have a slightly better takeoff than last time. Let's move up a bit and to the right a bit. Okay, so we're going to take off on runway 19, so 190 degrees, and then we're going to turn around to a northeasterly setting. I'm going to go across the coast, so I'm going to skirt along the coast and then up to Ronneby, and let's see what happens. Okay, so parking brake off, and let's try and keep her on the centre line today. That's looking better than yesterday. Let's hold the nose forward a bit. That's a 60. Up we go. I think that was a bit early. Oh, we've gone a bit all over the place now. My view's gone down as well. Alright, so I always forget to set the barometer. The barometer is in inches, should be in hectopascals, because I'm European and we're flying in Europe. So anyway, let's fly the airplane. So flaps up. The flaps up. Yeah. Yeah, excellent. So maintain positive rate of climb, and let's come round to join the track. I don't think we're going to fly quite high today. I guess flying higher would be faster, but we're not here for the speed. We're here to see the world as I fly around it. So we'll see how high we can go once we're on the coast to get a good view. Silent tower again. Acknowledge. They're getting worried there. No, we don't want to touch and go. Okay, so flaps are up. We're climbing at 10 degrees at let's pitch her down a little bit. Let's pick up some airspeed. And isn't Sweden looking lovely? Fantastic. Okay, so the difficult bit is done. So give myself a bit of a better view of things. I can just see the PFD there. I need to see the track really. So that's probably the best view I'm going to get. Oh no, if I zoom out a little bit. How about that then? No, that's much better. Okay. And we can see the coastline. Getting into eastern Sweden now. I tell you what, it's flying in it.
You are leaving my airspace frequency change approved.
Frequency change acknowledged, X-Ray Golf Sierra. That sounded legit, didn't it? Okay, so we're still climbing. We're at 22,000 and climbing pretty quickly. Let's have a look at the PFD. $850 feet a minute, that's not too bad. Not too bad at all. And we're back. Just froze for a second there. Seems to be okay now. Right, so let's get ourselves back on track again. Down there, just off the nose, is Bromölla, I think. Sweden, if anybody knows it, it's got so many lakes. Lakes everywhere, so if you know your lakes, you can do a pretty good VFR. I don't think that's Bromölla. Let's have a look at the nearest airport. Where would that be? So there's an airport below us, which I'm not sure where that is. I don't think that's Bromölla. I think Bromölla's on the next lake over. Kind of around here somewhere. Oh, where are we at? We're still climbing. Whoa, let's bring the pitch, let's trim it down a bit. You don't want to be climbing up at 20 degrees. I find the pitch wheels really, I don't know, what's the word? Enthusiastic? I mean, there seems to be no middle ground with it. It's either hold it for a bit and it climbs ridiculously high like this. And now I've got it going down, and it will just keep going down, when surely it's... Right, just hold there, hold there, hold there, hold there. No, it just doesn't work. It's leveled out, and now it will gradually climb up again. So use off the RPMs. Maybe it was because I was over speeding. Who knows? So we'll leave it there. Doesn't that look pretty? Off to sea over there. Look. Get ourselves back on track. Not really sure if I should be tuning to Marmo Center on 118, but let's go through it anyway. I don't. Let's request to see airspace transition. Squawk code acknowledged.
Diamond X-Ray Golf Sierra radar contact 900 miles northeast of Kristianstad, 3,800 feet. Cleared through the Charlie airspace.
Acknowledged. Request IFL clearance for instrument FP. Not sure what that is. So we're trundling along at what, 106 knots indicated, not too bad at all. So I find that there's a button which automatically points your head to places of interest, and I think it's pointing at a runway. Where was it? Oh no, pointing, yeah, I think that's a runway. It's pointing over there. Cool. We're not landing at that one though.
10,000 feet, Scandinavian 1605.
Is that SAS? Scandinavian Airlines? Isn't this lovely? It looks amazing. That's Bramola, I think. Just there, please let me know if I'm wrong. Of course, everyone on YouTube, they're all flying over the Great Pyramid or the Panama Canal, and they're going to all these great places and stuff, but I will get there. Who knows when though. I've done maybe less than 100 kilometers in 24 hours, so it's going to be a while until I get to those places. But I think after travelling halfway around the world to see some of them, then it's going to be that much sweeter rather than just spawning in 20 nautical miles away. So the south of Sweden is kind of flat. There's lots of lakes. It's not the most interesting. It's beautiful when you're at ground level, but from the air you can see that it's not the most delightful scenery. As we go further north, Sweden becomes more mountainous. There's more huge forests. Just trying to chin myself out here, but I'm pressing the brake button instead of... Yeah, Sweden becomes more mountainous, and the scenery does change a bit. It's a huge country, but there's no Chernobyl here or Great Pyramids or any scenery of note. Not in the south anyway. Not something massive that we can see from the air. But I'm keeping an eye on things as we go through. If there's anything that's worth doing a low pass of, then for sure I'll stick that in the old GPS. I think we'll climb and maintain probably about 5,000 Haven't heard from air traffic control in a while. I'm going to press this, request IFR clearance for instrument FP, just see what happens. Nada. Just press again. Okay, Diamond X, read back correct, radar contact 33, altimeter 29, turn left heading 055, proceed on course, climb and maintain 15,000, eh? Let's climb and maintain 15,000.
Golf Sierra, please acknowledge.
I think 75 is a decent climb for this for the DA40, so let's do that. Ah, this bloody plane. I'm going to trim it to hold about... That's way too much. Way too much. Oh, come on. I tell you what, this trimming situation is really ruining my enjoyment of this game. Look, and now just a slight press and it... Oh wow, this is crazy. Why so much of a swing? Right, just so apparently it's trimmed. No, it's just flying back up. It goes up and down. I'm not pressing any trim buttons now, and look. So I'm gonna have to put some forward stick on it. Try and press the downward trim button. If anybody is watching and they know what the issue seems to be with my trim, there never seems to be any sort of granularity in it. It's either flying all the way up or it flies all the way down again. Really annoying. Anyway, I'd really appreciate some help with that because it's really doing my head in. Went a bit off course when we're trying to do that. Ooh, how high are we now? Going up to 5,000. I don't think I've been past 5,000 before. Might as well do it now. It's a long way down though, isn't it? Climb and maintain 15,000. That's a long way up as well. Do the instrument lights work? Not really. What's that caution? I don't know what that was. Floodlights. Ah, let's just get back on course. Keep climbing. So what are we at? 5,000. Very long way up to 15,000. So all my fellow pilots in the skies today. We've got Scratton in a 748. 748. We've got Jake Tanaka, man after my own heart, in the DA40. Henta. Oh, everyone's having a competition to find the most unpronounceable screen name. Actually Raptor. YouTuber, I think. Anyway, where are we? Going through 6,000. I don't know why it's doing 15 degrees nose up when I haven't pressed the pitch at all. Just 10 degrees will do, mate. 12. Just hold it on 12. Nope. Pitch down. Oh, I haven't actually been through some clouds yet because I've not been flying high enough. Let's give that a go. Let's zoom out a bit and get a better field of view. And there we go.
Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra, you are 20 miles southwest. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect RNAV runway 19er approach via DF 850 transition. Clear to DF 850.
I don't know what he's talking about. I literally have no idea what he's talking about. Acknowledged. Maintain present heading, that's what we want to know. Am I going the right way? Right, so I guess I'd need one of those runway maps, flight maps, to tell me what the approach is. Which I haven't got. I think I should probably stop climbing to 15,000 feet because I'm not going to be able to get down in time. Oh, I don't know. Let's bring up the old GPS. Oh, we're miles away. Let's see how high I can get. Throttle back a bit. Failures are on, so I need to look after the engine. Let's bring that into the green. There we go. Still wants to nose up like a badass. Diamond XJS, descend and maintain 5,000 already. Okay, cool. So
Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra, descend and maintain 2,400 feet.
already 2,000 from 5,000 to 2,400. Okay. 2,400.
Descend and maintain 2,400 feet. Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra.
I thought we'd have to go down quite sharpish. Where are we at? 7,000. Let's put the flaps down. Put one set of flaps down. It might help us slow down a bit. Flaps aren't working. Are we going too fast? Should be alright. Did I try and extend my flaps when I was going too fast? I think I've broken my flaps. Uh-oh. Seem to be able to hold a 10-degree nose down without getting into the overspeed territory too much. Oh yeah, we're at 4,000 already, that's not too bad at all, is it? Cool. Now let's have a look at the runway. So we need to come in from the right. Oh, we need to stay on track. So there should be a lake there. Let's follow that road along, and then that should put us in a nice final position. So if we call that road the base, and then that will bring us around to the final. So I think he told me to come down too early, really. So it's this road we want to follow along. Excellent. Let's see if there's any waypoints or anything. Acknowledged. Okay. It's going to zoom in on the airport. Yes. I love this. You just press the button and then it tells you where the airport is. Right, so let the speed bleed off a bit. So I'm looking at the TAS there. And it's at 100. I'm going to nose up a bit to slow down a bit more, and then fingers crossed when I try I should be able to lower the flaps. Right, so flaps.
Descend and maintain 10,000 feet easy 5 feet.
Yeah, there we go. Let's just try and put them up again. Yeah, so maybe it's some electronic thing. I think maybe if you're going too fast then it won't allow you to use the flaps. Trouble is this the right airport? I actually can't see it. Where's the airport, man? Let's put a bit more speed in because we've got the flaps down.
Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra, acknowledge last transmission.
You are 800 feet before you're starting that climb and maintain 2,000. Okay, acknowledged. Sorry, boss. Let's bring the flaps up. Could of course be looking at the wrong airport. I think that this lake is that lake. It quite clearly is, isn't it? So it's after that. Anyway, let's do what the ATC told us. Is airport anxiety a thing? I find that I suffer from airport anxiety. I need to see where I'm going to be able to plan how I'm going to do my approach, but maybe it's my graphics settings. I can't see an airport there. Can you? Can anybody? So I can see where it is on the GPS map, and we're just going over this lake now. Generally can't see any airport there, well, unless that's it. That's got to be it. That's it. And there's the lights as well. Cool, so we're on the base leg now. Let's bring the engine back. Okay, let's take her in. One notch of flaps please, Captain. Lost it. There it is. There it is. Cool. Feel much better when you know that you can actually see the airport. It's quite important. Being able to find an airport. Let's turn GPS tracking on. Let's put another notch of flaps down just to... Why not? There we go. 600 feet below my... What? That's complete nonsense, surely. I'm coming in, and I'm coming in hot. Do we get another notch of flaps? That's all flaps out now. Right, let's make this a good landing. Come on. Come on, J-RYDS. Looks like we're on the centre line. Come on. And flare. Oh, maybe flared a bit too high. There we go. I think that was a bit of a bouncer. There we are.
City Jet 1713 has the traffic.
So, how do we get off the runway then? Doesn't seem to be no, that's someone's house. There we go. Oh, I can't remember the rudder is on the on my flight stick, on the thruster. Oh, when I taxiway. Oh, I think that's a bit too much of a steep turn. Come on, get round. Oh. Ah, should I tune to Ronneby ground, really? Ah, nice. Got my augmented reality headset on, so this is giving me the direction to go. Yes, I heard your transmission, Ronneby. I guess I did... Oh, we're taking off now. I guess I did land quite far down the runway, didn't I? Ah, but this is quite far. It's a quarter of a mile. Right, we're putting it in here.
Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra, hold position, caution, other traffic.
No worries about the other traffic, because
Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra, continue taxi.
I'll just leave her here. Thank you very much. Excellent. Parking brake on. Okay. And engine master off. Fuel pumps. I would have thought that would have turned everything off. Fantastic.
Diamond X-ray Golf Sierra,
Avionics.
did you hear my last transmission?
Everything's off for some reason. One day, probably tomorrow, I will learn how to do all the buttons. But there we go. So we went from Kristianstad to Ronneby. Tomorrow we should be going up the eastern coast. Remember, the goal is to get to Stockholm, which is around here somewhere, and then we're going to head east over into Estonia, Latvia and Lithuania, those places. So yeah, thanks for joining in. Big shout out to DAW, who gave me the first comment and like of my first ever YouTube video yesterday. So thanks a lot, mate. Support means a lot to me, and we'll see you tomorrow. Stay safe.